Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a Veve OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say, where's Dashi? Where's Dashi? So, something I did want to go over today, which I have been getting a lot of messages saying like, hey, should I sell this for OMI? Should I sell this for OMI? So, it's really weird how now, as soon as we're pumping, like people didn't want to buy, when I was getting in at 0.007, 0.008, I'll see what it does. They didn't want to buy all the way down. They didn't want to buy at 0.0014 or 0.002 or even 0.003. There was interest, but a lot of people said, hey, I'm really interested now. It's starting to go up. What should I sell for OMI? And a lot of people are saying like, hey, should I sell my Cardano, my Ethereum, my Bitcoin, my Pokemon cards? I got a message this morning and I was like, well, I've been doing this literally for months. I sold my Tesla stock. I sold two of my Bitcoin, have one left. And I have I had a bunch of Pokemon cards that I sold. I still have some left, but here's the thing. I'm going at it as a Moneyball perspective. And for those that don't know what it is, I mentioned it in a stream the other day, is that Moneyball is a guy named Billy Bean. He decides to say like, hey, we need to think different. We need to go and, the Yankees are spending like $130 million a year for their roster, and Billy Bean only had $38 million or $34 million to spend on the Oakland A's roster. So what he did was he's got this guy that worked in finance and said, hey, make a formula that is going to get us wins. How are we going to win? And this guy says, okay, well, how do you win? You get runs and you get on base. And how do we win? Like, how do we maximize our potential? How do we maximize our profits? You take the people that are getting on base the most and you put them in. What is going to get us the most gains? Right now, I still think it's OMI. Even though it's already gone up like 100% the last 3 months, I would say that OMI is still the best. Like it's close between that and a couple of other things. And I'm not talking about meme coins that will pump for, a couple of days and then just drop, pump and dumps or whatever. But I am talking about things like Solana and Cardano and Binance Coin and Ethereum and all these good projects that can potentially rise even more. They can keep rising. What's going to have the higher rate of return? What's going to have the return on interest? What's the best ROI? I still think it's OMI. And there was a guy named Stephen Mark Ryan who I followed religiously. I was on his Patreon list for like a year when he was talking about Tesla. At the time, Tesla was the greatest investment that I could see. And then I still invested in it a little bit, even in December when I started getting into Earth 2, but I started investing in Earth 2 more because the potential for that was a lot more. Okay, well, the potential for OMI is a lot higher than anything else. He asked a question yesterday, did you ever sell Tesla? Do you regret it? I said, I sold about $100,000 worth at around $688. Tesla is probably up a little bit higher right now, but ever since I did that, I'm up like 60% since I sold Tesla stock on OMI. I don't regret it at all. Tesla can 10x by the time 2030 comes. We could 10x by the end of the year. So when people say like, hey, what should I buy? Should I sell right now? I am okay with foregoing gains of Pokemon cards that can 3x or 10x by the end of the decade. I'm okay with doing that with Cardano, Binance. Again, I should have done it with Bitcoin. I did. I still have one Bitcoin left, and I made a video saying I'm selling some of my Bitcoin for OMI because even though, yeah, it's close. Bitcoin can, let's say, even 4x again by the end of the year. That's nothing for OMI. I think OMI's gonna 8x from here, 8 to 10x, because I think 3 to 5 cents by the end of the year is very, very doable. And I do want to make a video about having the roadmap go from where we are now to how we get there. A little bit on MTL, a little bit on exchange news, a little bit on the immutable Ethereum blockchain, a little bit on OpenSea. As we keep going up and up and up, that's why it's not just like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this overnight. Well, that's possible too. If what was it, Solana or Illuvium? One of those coins, they like went from 0.0027 cents to like 27 cents in like 11 months. So it is possible. But again, that's what I'm doing. I'm just letting everyone know. I don't have much left to sell. I have one Bitcoin left, which I could. And last night, what I happened to do is I sold 2 Pokemon cards, and I did not buy more OMI. I bought $2,000 worth of Bitcoin because I do want to eventually move that into OMI. I was waiting for a pullback, but I don't think a pullback is coming. If it does, we passed through that 0.0048 resistance point. It should be off to the races. We did have a little bit this morning down to 0.00486, or I'm sorry, 46. But it's a Labor Day weekend. Some people that can't transfer money from their bank accounts to this real quickly, they're going to want to, I think by the end of the week, we reach 0.006. We blast through 0.005, go to 0.006. And again, this is before MTL. This is before Immutable. This is just on the hype train. That's it. When that actually does occur. Phew. So again, what I did was, instead of taking the $7,000 that I got and buying another million OMI, I bought $2,000 worth of Bitcoin and about $4,000 worth of collectibles. I completed the whole Batman series 1 through 5, and then I also got a Harley Quinn as well. Just to show you I'm not BSing, here's let me make it a little darker for you. And I know what you're thinking, like, well, Chavez, you have been one of the biggest proponents of OMI, and you've always had some collectibles, but why now are you suddenly, you're so close to 100 million, 95 million, are you going and saying, hey, this is, you're suddenly stopping short of your goal in order to get more OMI, or in order to get more collectibles? And I got that Harley Quinn. That one's going to take a while. That's like $6,000. And the reason why I have taken a backseat for OMI right now is because OMI will, if OMI goes to the moon, it goes to the moon, and I don't get 100 million, I can't do it. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But I think a lot of these collectibles will 10x before OMI 10x's. And those of you that know me and know my strategy is, when OMI reached like 3 to 5 cents, I would take a million OMI and transfer it over to the Veve app and then buy collectibles with OMI, because it hurts a lot less to spend your OMI. If you're crypto rich, kind of like I am or somebody else is, that, they bought Ethereum at like, 20 cents, or they or like a couple dollars, or they bought Bitcoin when it was like, $3,000, $5,000, and they're crypto rich, like I bought a lot of OMI, and now it's going up. So I'm finally in the black. I made a little bit. It's a lot easier to spend your crypto than it is to like, ooh, out of your bank account, ooh, out of your bank account. So I'm buying some of these, or as many of these collectibles as I can now, because I know that once this goes to OpenSea, I think a lot of these will 10x, some even higher. I mean, what does Da Vinci have to do to 10x? Be $20,000? What is this Harley Quinn that are 500 of these in the world? These ones, what is that? Again, I don't have this one yet, but a lot of these are going to go up very, very quickly. And even though I think OMI can 10x by the end of the year, because there's so much hype with these NFTs, and a lot of these NFTs that are out there, not OMIs or not Veves, some of the NFTs that are out there, they look good, but they're not licensed. They look cool, but they're not licensed. They're not the characters we know and love. They're not nostalgic like this is. Like, I don't know any other brand. Pokemon is the only other brand that I just will spend thousands, tens of thousands of dollars on. That's it. That's the only, like, I didn't do that with Magic. I didn't do that with anything else. Pokemon is I don't do that with Funko Pops. I don't do that with, Pokemon is the only brand right now outside of Veve and OMI and Akomi that I will spend tens of thousands of dollars on. I mean, you say hundreds of thousands, but no other brand I've spent $10,000 on, 5 figures. So I'm just letting you guys know. My goal is, short-term goal is to be in the Master Collectors program. Now I have 26 sets. That's what I'm doing. I'm just letting you guys know exactly what I'm doing. That's what I promised you guys from day one. Just my playbook, why I'm doing it, just being open and honest. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say, hey, where's Dashy? Dashy will hopefully be back tomorrow, maybe? I don't know. But happy September, guys. It's going great, and we're going to be rich soon. All right, I love you. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow.